people from various bad homes constitute the ill we see in our society today. The insecurity, the chaos, degradation, and the problem in our society has its foundation in home because the parent owed enormous responsibility, enormous leverage in terms of what they teach their children and according to how their children grow up as adults. The problem does not start from the state or the government, but rather it starts from home. How do you raise your children? How do I raise my children? These are big questions that if you want to find solution to insecurity in the country or to our problem, you have to go back to the basic, and that is home. That is our family. In Islam, according to Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, according to an hadith, the Prophet said, "Kulukum ra'i wa kulukum mas'ulun an ra'iyati," that you are all a shepherd and you shall be questioned concerning how you guide your flock. In Quran chapter 66, verse 6, Surah Al-Tahrim, Allah says, "Ya ayyuhal listener amanu ku anfusakum wa alikum naran," that all you believe, guide yourself and your family from hell fire. That is the first step we have to take if we want a change in our society, is to go and repair what has been destroyed, what has been destroyed in our family. If our family is okay, the community will be okay. And when the community is okay, our local government will be secured. From local government, the state will be in a fine shape, and that will translate to what our nation will look like. But we can't abandon our duty as parents and expect that everything will be okay in our society, because we all have a role to play and we are all contributing to the ill that we see in our society. It is not enough to give birth to a child or to have children, but we have the obligation to raise our children in a proper way to become a useful adult. As I said, it is the people from various bad homes that constitute the ill that we see in our society, because most parents have abandoned their responsibility. Because if we really want a change in our society, everyone should play his responsibility. Then how do we raise our children? In Islam, Islam has given us a guideline on what we should do before we get married. And after marriage, when we started giving birth to our children, how they should be raised. One is that when you give birth, you must give your child a good name. Give your child a good name. You then spend appropriately on your children. If you don't spend, it is even a sin, especially on the part of father, to give birth to a child without spending appropriately on him or her. But what do we find in our society today, especially when you go to especially private schools, you see a situation whereby it is a mother that is engaged in a petty trade that are paying school fees of their children. Some fathers are so irresponsible that they have abdicated their duty. But Islam teaches us that we must spend appropriately on our children because it is their right. It is their right, and it is a duty bound on us. If we don't do, it will amount to a sin. Then we have to treat our children with love and mercy. We have to treat our children with love and mercy. But our attitude toward our children also constitutes their outlook in life and how they treat other people. Because if they don't have the love at home, if they love it at home, they won't know how to give love to people outside. And also as a parent, we have to provide our children with right education. And when I'm talking about education, I'm not limiting that education to only Western education. We also have to, to train them on how to be a good citizen. We have to teach them on how to relate with other people. We have to inculcate in them good morals, how to respect elderly people, how to respect their teacher in school, and how to relate with people in a fair manner. We have to also show mercy to them. But if you don't show mercy to them, they won't know mercy. And when they go outside there, they will be merciless to people. And that's why some people can be so bold at their teen age. You see teenagers wanting to make quick money, ready to kill people because their heart is hard, and this thing starts from home. But if you want our children to grow into responsible adults, we have to show them love, and we also have to show them mercy. And another thing is to inculcate in them the concept of La ilaha illallah, or the right of Allah. Because if we brought up our children in a godly manner, if they know God, if they are conscious that there is God, and whatever they do, they be accountable for it, the tendency is that they will behave well. Because especially now that we are in the month of Quran, the month of Ramadan, one of the duty of parents is to give them religious education. If we have children, they must be able to read Quran, and not just to read Quran, they must also be able to understand Quran, because the Quran will be their guide. But because a lot of Muslims today are Muslim nominally, they are Muslim by name, but in terms of practice, they don't know anything about Islam. Allah has said Quran is Hudan linas wa bayyinat min al-huda wal furqan. But people who doesn't know Quran, how would they be able to live their life according to the guidance of Almighty Allah? That will be living their life according to their whims and caprices, because as parents we have failed to shoulder our own responsibility of educating them. And a child that is not well educated, that doesn't know Allah, that doesn't know Quran. So the tendency is for such a child to become a terrorist in the society. But nowadays, when you're going on the street, you see some little children approaching you that, oh yeah, give us money. If you don't give us, we are going to break bottle into your head, because they lack love, they lack mercy, they lack home training.